Week 13 is approaching. Playoffs are approaching. Guys, we have to talk about the AFC. What's going on with playoffs? Many big changes in the playoff bracket. Many different movements has been going on. Next week, week 13, we have a lot of huge matchups. So we're going to talk about playoffs for the AFC. Let's talk about that stuff right now. The Houston Texans, they're number 16 in the AFC with a 1-9-1 record. Fourth in the AFC South. They have the worst record in the NFL. Are they making the playoffs? Don't think so. They just lost a non-compelling, non-competitive game against the Miami Dolphins. So good luck next year, in my opinion. Number 15, the Denver Broncos. Guys, this is one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL right now. And if you guys disagree, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. But guys, Russell Wilson, I don't know if they're not using him well, they're not using him properly, they don't know how to motivate him in a game. Something's going on with the Broncos. 3-8 record, fourth in the AFC West. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Let's just face it. They're not going to make the playoffs. This is basically a wasted season. $200 million for a quarterback that basically cannot make plays this year. It's just ridiculous, in my opinion. Number 14 on the list, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They just beat the Colts in a very close game. The 4-7 record, fourth in the AFC North. Guys, Kenny Pickett has been playing decently each and every week. He's getting just a little bit better each and every week. So the Pittsburgh Steelers' future is looking very, very bright. But I do think the Baltimore Ravens have this division on lock. Next, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have a 4-7 record. Third in the AFC North. They just beat the Bucs. Guys, the Cleveland Browns, they're in a way surprising me, okay? They're pulling out some sort of wins. Next week, Deshaun Watson is projected to start the game, so let's see how that goes. They are in somewhat of a position to actually make a playoff push, but we have to see if Watson will be a huge difference maker for the Cleveland Browns. Next, the Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, with a 4-7 record, I've been saying it for a long time now. I say it on my TikTok, say it on my Twitch. The Raiders found a recipe to win and be competitive in games. And that's, number one, give it to Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. Josh Jacobs had a huge run in overtime, 86 yards to seal the game, rushing over 200 yards. Josh Jacobs is the man over there in Raider Town. Also, Devontae Adams is a stud. If those two could stay healthy and be competitive, the Raiders could make a push into playoff contention. Next, the Jacksonville Jaguars with a 4-7 record. They just upset the Baltimore Ravens, giving everybody a little bit of a sigh of relief to give a chance to actually push for the playoffs. The Jacksonville Jaguars, guys, they have a good defense. Trevor Lawrence, honestly, he has been surprising me this year. He's doing way better than he did in his rookie year. And we have to see how he progresses next year in year number 3. Number 10, the Indianapolis Colts. They just lost a tough one to the Steelers. I made a video just talking about the Colts. I won't spend too much time on this one. With a 4-7-1 record, second in the AFC South. I do think the Tennessee Titans have this particular division on lock. The Colts will have to try to get into the 6 or 7 spot in the wild card, but it's looking very, very unlikely. And then we have the Los Angeles Chargers with a 6-5 record, second in the AFC West. Again, I don't think they're going to win the division because the Chiefs are there and they're pretty far behind. They will have to make it into the wild card, and they have a huge chance to do it. We have about 6 games left. They could make that huge push to make it into the playoffs. Then we have the New England Patriots. So the Patriots have a huge game coming up in week 13. Whoever wins that game will have the 7th spot right in the edge of the playoffs with a 6-5 record, 4th in the AFC East. That division is pretty darn tough, guys. Really tough. Then we have number 7, the New York Jets. This defense is incredible, guys. This defense is incredible, okay? And I may be mistaken, but they do play the Vikings, not the Patriots. But when they play the Vikings, that's going to be a huge test. Sauce Gardner, Justin Jefferson. Guys, that's a game and a matchup to see. Number 6, the Cincinnati Bengals. So at one single point at the beginning of the year, the Cincinnati Bengals were basically written off. They were 1-3 at the time. They've won 6 out of the 7. Guys, come on. And the Cincinnati Bengals have a huge push. Now, they are tied with the Ravens right now, but the Ravens have the tiebreaker. The second in the AFC North. That's going to be very, very competitive just to see who comes out on top. Number 5 on the list, the Buffalo Bills. 8-3 record, second in the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills beat the Lions on Thursday Night Football. When Thanksgiving, guys, the Buffalo Bills are a star-studded team. With Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, you can't really complain. They have a stud of a defense. This team, in my opinion, will obviously make the playoffs. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. Here's where we get to the top seeded division leaders. The Baltimore Ravens 7-4, first in the AFC North. Again, they have to be competing with Cincinnati Bengals. They have the tiebreaker for now, but we just have to see how the rest of the division games actually go. The Ravens just lost a huge close game to the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a game that was. If you guys have not seen it, go ahead and watch those highlights. Number 3, the Tennessee Titans. 7-4, first in the AFC South. This game, week 13, they play the Philadelphia Eagles. That's going to be a huge test for the Titans to see if this defense is somewhat elite. They've been talking about how elite this defense is. Let's see how they play apart against the Philadelphia Eagles. I do think they're going to win the division. Everybody else is just so far off the Tennessee Titans. They're clearly going to be in top 4 of these playoff contentions. Number 2, the Miami Dolphins. You guys know I love the Dolphins. I'm a Dolphins fan, but with an 8-3 record, first in the AFC East, they just beat the Texans. Come on, guys. This offense is incredible. They will be getting tested this week against the 49ers and then the Los Angeles Chargers the following week. Because if they could play hard and win these tough games, they're going to push for a long run. So I'm kind of hoping they win one of the two. It's just going to be very, very competitive. And obviously at the top of the food chain, the Kansas City Chiefs, 9-2 record, first in the AFC West. They have a clear grip in that division. You can see the Kansas City Chiefs are 3 games ahead of the Chargers. With 6 games left, it's still possible that the Chiefs may lose this spot, but it's very, very unlikely that they may lose 4 or even 3 games out of the rest of the 6. So, guys, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos, I don't think the Broncos are going to win this division or the Raiders. The Chargers are the only closest one there, but again, it's going to be very, very tough. The next one is the AFC South, the Titans, Colts, Jaguars, Texans. Texans are clearly out the playoff picture. Jaguars and the Colts, they could be competitive, but again, the Tennessee Titans have to lose 3 or 4 out of the 6 remaining games in order for one of the other 2 teams to actually sneak in and take their spot. The AFC North, here's where it gets a little bit more competitive for everybody. Ravens and the Bengals are the top of the food chain here. The Browns and the Steelers could do a playoff push for the wild card, but I don't think they're going to win the division. But the Bengals and the Ravens, they're going to be a huge push. And once they play against each other in the rest of the division games, it's going to really dictate who wins this particular division. Lastly, the AFC East. You can see how close this game is. And it's the only division that all 4 teams have a positive record. Now, when the Patriots and the Bills play, that's going to be huge, okay? Whoever wins that game is going to start to shuffle this division around. The Jets play the Vikings. That's going to be a huge game. And the Dolphins play the Niners. So this whole division is going to get tested in one way or another this week. Now, if the Bills win and the Dolphins lose, obviously they will be the clear-cut winner, and they may even go to number 1 in the AFC. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Is your team in the playoff run? Is your team somewhere high in the division, or is your team the Houston Texans? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe down to the channel. See you guys next time, and peace.